Hello, I'm Christian. I'm here with Coach Riggins, and I'm going to ask him some questions about the baseball season. How long have you been coaching?
This will be my 13th season as coach.
And how is the team looking compared to last year's team?
Compared to last year's team, there seems to be a lot more camaraderie with this year's team. It's always hard, like last year, coming into a new head coach and a new system. And there's usually an adjustment period, and it feels like guys have kind of figured it out, and we're ready to be more competitive this year.
What are your plans for this year?
Plans for this year is to, obviously build a competitive team, but I'd like to win a couple tournaments, compete for a district championship, and find a way to get into the playoffs and get some playoff experience.
Where did you coach out of before coming to Livingston?
Do you want all of them or just
your most recent school?
My most recent school. Before I was here, I was the pitching coach at the Trisco Heritage Academy High School.
And how many total schools have you coached at?
I started my career in Clovis, then I was the head coach at Los Lunas, then I was the head coach at Pewaukee, then I was the pitching coach at Trisco, and now I'm here.
And how do you deal with multiple sport athletes?
I don't know if there's a way that you just deal with them. If they want to play sports, great. That's up to them. The thing I've always told kids is do whatever you want to do. And as long as when it's baseball time, it's baseball time. We don't want to shy away from playing other sports. If a kid wants to do that, that's great. If he wants to go play the tuba in the band, that's great too.
How do you plan to improve as a coach from year to year?
You always constantly got to be doing research. There's always something that we updated. 2 years ago, I updated my pitching philosophy. This year, I updated the hitting philosophy. And just something I believe in is I can't ask my players to get better from year to year if I'm going to stay the same coach every single year.
What is your role in the off season?
My role in the off season is to find ways to improve the overall program as far as community relations. As you know, this year we went and ate with the senior citizen home. We're doing the book study, really just to improve and promote the program.
How do you handle the tryout and cut process?
That's not something any coach likes to do. I really don't like the tryout process. I don't like cutting kids, but at the end of the day, you got to put what's going to be best for the program out on the field. And so the kids that we do end up cutting, we give them a detailed report as to why they were cut and explain to them, what can you do to get better. And it's not something you ever want to be a part of, but, at least we give you justification and explain where you're at as a player.
And why do you think you're the best person for this job?
I think I'm the best person for this job because I'm willing to do more than anyone else that would have gotten this job or anyone else in the state for that matter. Whatever I ask my players to do, I'm willing to do more, and I'm just constantly improving.
How has coaching affected your life?
I would say that the thing that I like about it the most is influencing young men and giving them the opportunity to be successful in life rather than just on the baseball field.
And what are your coaching goals?
My coaching goals, I'd like to get my master's, be here for 10 years, establish a successful program. Then I'd like to go coach at a college and hopefully get on a national scene somewhere. And I don't want to just stay in one spot my entire career.
Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, and 15 years?
Well, I just answered that. 5 and 10 years, I still want to be here, but 15 years, I'd like to work up to a college, maybe as an assistant coach and eventually have my own program.
What do you think your strengths and weaknesses are as a coach?
I think my strengths would probably be my ability to adapt, especially after all the things that happened last year. Probably my biggest weakness would probably be my knowledge as far as catching.
What person and/or event has impacted your life?
I would say probably the person that impacted my life was my high school coach, Coach Shane Schallenberger. I came from a very poor family. I showed up the first day with hair down to my shoulders and a Metallica t-shirt and jeans. I didn't have any baseball stuff, but that didn't matter to him. He still gave me a tryout, told me I'd have to cut my hair. I showed up the next day with my hair cut, and they decided to keep me. And he did a lot for me, even giving me my first pair of cleats. I never had a pair of cleats till I was a sophomore. He helped me get my first job, my first head coaching job, and I know that I wouldn't be where I was at if it wasn't for Coach Schallenberger, and it really helped me.
All right, well, that's all my questions. Thank you.